Well, this is the second video for today, March the 17th of 2015. And most of the people that have been continually on the watch, and they know that Israel's a fundamental big part of Bible prophecy for the last days. They've been watching the election results between Benjamin Netanyahu, the current prime minister, and his challenger. Well, just a few minutes ago it was announced that the Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, after a very, very tight race, declared victory in that tight race. Now, what does this mean for the future? Well, first of all, let's see what it says. I'll blow this up for you so you can see it better. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared victory after a tight national election appeared to give him the upper hand in forming the country's next coalition government. In a statement released on Twitter, Netanyahu says that against all odds, the Ludwig Party and the nationalist camp secured a great victory. Initial exit polls showed Netanyahu Ludwig Party deadlocked with the center-left Zionist Union. But the results indicated that Netanyahu will have an easier time gobbling together a majority coalition with hardline and religious allies. Netanyahu said that he had already begun to call potential partners. So what they're doing now, just like in most of the elections, they're forming a government. And in the past, Benjamin Netanyahu has been very, very successful in doing this, and I see no reason why that he won't be successful in doing this again. Now, let me break it down for you, because this is going to be very, very important. March 16th, this was yesterday, Netanyahu says there'd be no statehood for the Palestinians. And how does this fit into Bible prophecy? Well, in Thessalonians, we see that when they're calling for peace and safety, the Lord shows us that sudden destruction is going to come. And now we know that the Prime Minister of Israel is backed out of all peace talk, and he doesn't want to split up the nation of Israel. And so the only thing that can happen is that the PLO and the Arabs that surround the nation of Israel would be ticked off at those statements and seeing that their hopes of having a divided Israel and making the Palestinians a homeland within the Israel territory have gone essentially down the tubes. And so what this could do, and I'm saying could do because there's prophecies that have to be fulfilled yet, and one of those prophecies, I've talked about it many times, is the Psalm 83 war, of which the Arabs that border the nation of Israel, including the Palestinians, would join forces together to try to get rid of not only Netanyahu, but to defeat the Israelis and retake East Jerusalem. Now, this goes in line what Bible prophecy shows us. So that's obvious, because if the Lord said the sudden destruction was going to come while they're calling for peace and safety, and you see that the peace and safety had broken down, then you know what to expect. Now, on March 16, 2015, I'm going to read you part of this article because it does go hand in hand, like I said, with Bible prophecy. It says this: under pressure on the eve of the surprisingly close election, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel on Monday doubled down on his appeal to the right-wing visitors to declare definitively that if he was to return to office, he would never establish a Palestinian state. And of course, that comment alone irked the PLO and irked the Arabs and anyone else who have been involved in the peace talks, thinking that someday soon that they would be able to divide the nation of Israel and live side by side in peace, which is never going to happen. The article goes on to state, the statement reversed Mr. Netanyahu's endorsement of a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in 2009 speech at Bar-Ilan University and fulfilled many world leaders' suspicions that he was never really serious about peace negotiations. And of course, look at the Palestinians. During all of the time that they were talking peace and safety, they were being attacked. The Israelis were being attacked, and they had to counter the attack. It's been back and forth for years. And now it's getting to the point where it's the fuse is going to be lit and the war will begin. If he manages to irk out a fourth term, which now we know that he has done, the new stance would further fray Mr. Netanyahu's ruinous relationship with the Obama administration and heighten tensions with European countries already frustrated with the stalled peace process. So in this one paragraph, we also see the Zechariah chapter 12 prophecy, where it says the nations will be coming against Israel in the last days. As a matter of fact, that prophecy says, well, all the people are going to be coming against Israel in the last days. So this is very, very crucial information. This is very, very crucial times that we're seeing in front of us, leading to the Psalm 83 war, and leading after that Psalm 83 war, we know that there's going to be another war before the tribulation period, and that would be the Ezekiel 38 war, of which, by the way, Russia is involved. And all you have to do is take a look and see what's going on in Russia now. They're talking about war, getting ready for war. This is what Jesus told us in Matthew chapter 24. You will hear wars and rumors of wars. Now, the Prime Minister of Israel is an independent man. He knows what is best for the nation of Israel. Unlike other leaders who are trying to just appease different people like Obama, for example. Take a look at this next paragraph. It says this: I think that anyone who is going to establish a Palestinian state today and evacuate lands is giving attack grounds to the radical Islam against the state of Israel, he said in a video interview published by the NRG, an Israeli news site that leans to the right. Here is the real threat here, that the left-wing government will join the international community and follow its orders. And that's exactly what Benjamin Netanyahu does not want to do. And because he doesn't want to do that, it's going to pull apart friends of Israel that were good, established friends. And all they're doing is fulfilling Zechariah chapter 12, where all of the nations will be coming against Israel in the last days. So what are we supposed to do? Well, Jesus told us to pray without ceasing. And we also read in the Word, it says, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Because Jerusalem will never have peace until Jesus Christ comes back. And all we're going to see is continuous conflict, and we'll see continuous war until Jesus comes back. And then not only will Jerusalem have peace, but the world with the King of Kings in Jerusalem, when he comes back, then we will have peace. This is Frank DeMore from the End Times Research Ministry.